So why did PSVR flop? And I know some of you are going to disagree and you're going to say, Michael, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, that's cool because we can agree to disagree. Thankfully, gaming is totally subjective. No one is right or wrong. And I know some people are going to say, well, objectively, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, by all means, go down that rabbit hole. Okay? But look, PSVR crashed, and I guess VR in general, crashed and burned. 3 reasons. Number 1, it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient for people to put on this big, bulky headset, and you're surrounded by wires. If it's inconvenient for people to use, guess what? They're not going to use it. Number 2, where's the software? Bro, let me tell you something. Software drives hardware. Software drives hardware. Yeah. And the thing is, people can't get that through their skull. They can't get that through their skull. In order to get people on board with any new piece of technology, it all goes back to the software. It's not about what the hardware can do. Hell, the hardware can take me literally to the moon and back, and I will not be impressed. You have to show me software. Software drives hardware. 3rd reason, it's expensive. It's expensive. And the thing is, I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, Michael, you know, PSVR has games. The PSVR has this many games coming for. Okay, cool. That's great. But how many of those games, with all due respect, are going to be like killer apps? You know, how many of those games are going to be like unbelievably great experiences? And the thing is, they only have one game right now, as of this recording on the PSVR, that is like this real game. And that's Resident Evil 7. And when you play Resident Evil 7 on the PSVR headset, guess what? It's a gimped version. They clearly had to make compromises in order to get it to run on the PSVR headset, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the thing is, I know people are going to sit there and say, oh, Michael, you're just a hater. You want to hate, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not. I've tried out VR before. I have experienced VR. And every time I experience it, I'm like, okay, this is sort of cool. But it's not like this unbelievable experience where my jaw is on the floor. You know what I mean? I mean, when you go and watch other people play VR, you get a lot of fake people pretending that it's this unbelievably great experience. But in reality, it's not that impressive. At least it wasn't for me. Now, maybe you might think it's very impressive, and if that floats your boat, then cool. But in my perspective, I wasn't one of those people who put the damn headset on and was like, bro, a demon. You know? I mean, that's how the YouTubers are. They come on there and they shill and they pretend, and it's sickening.